A competitive edge starts with strategy, and strategy starts with knowing how to develop one. StrategyCast is a leading marketing podcast that serves up strategic insights, trends, and tips to help separate your business from the pack. Tune in weekly as host Lori Jones interviews bold marketing leaders who have priceless wisdom and are willing to share. Each episode explores cutting-edge approaches that have proven instrumental in transforming brands into industry trailblazers.
Hi, this is StrategyCast, where smart marketers and bold business thinkers share the plays behind brand breakthroughs. I'm Lori Jones, President and CEO of Advocacy Communications. This week's episode feels especially fitting because it's releasing during the week of Christmas, a time when many of us slow down just a bit, reflect on relationships, and think about what truly connects us to the people in our lives. And that reflective mindset is exactly what makes today's article so timely, because at its core, it's about trust, belonging, and the power of genuine connection, themes that matter just as much in marketing as they do everywhere else. Today, we're bringing you the audio version of one of our Home of the Brave articles titled, "From Followers to Zealots: How Micro Advocates Are Quietly Winning the Influence Game." This piece explores a powerful shift happening in marketing right now, a move away from big, flashy influence and towards something far more human. It looks at how genuine advocacy, community, and trust are reshaping what influence really means and why those quieter forces are often the ones that last. Before we jump into the article, here are 3 takeaways to listen for today. First, why the future of influence isn't about reach, but about authentic engagement with the right audience. Second, how your most powerful advocates may already be part of your community or customer base, and how nurturing them creates long-term value. And third, why starting small and building intentionally can create influence that scales far beyond traditional influencer models. Influence isn't about how loud you shout, it's about who listens when you whisper. The influencer economy has long been associated with glamour, big names, bigger reach, and even bigger budgets. But brands that crave sustainable influence, not just attention, are shifting their strategies. Enter the micro advocate. These are your loyal customers, niche creators, internal stakeholders, and product-obsessed superfans. They may not be household names, but they move markets with credibility and consistency. Zachary Burgesson, CMO of Carbon, calls them second advocates. His philosophy is simple. A micro-influencer could be as basic as your customer base. When nurtured with care, these individuals become not only repeat buyers, but vocal brand champions. And that brings us to the heart of what makes micro advocacy work: authenticity. Influence doesn't come pre-packaged. It's something you have to earn. The most effective advocates aren't reading from a script. They genuinely care about your product. They know how it works, they speak about it knowledgeably, and they connect with it on a deeper level. That kind of authenticity, where enthusiasm is rooted in real experience, is what transforms casual promotion into true advocacy. This idea was echoed by Regina DeMars, Director of Content Marketing and Social Media Strategy at FBNO, when she joined me on StrategyCast. As she put it, make sure you're authentic to your brand, but also have fun creating content. Trends evolve every minute. Stay engaged and stay real. Brands that obsess over follower counts often miss the human connection that makes influencer marketing work in the first place. The result is shallow endorsements that fade quickly. But when you focus on organic, long-term alignment, you build relationships that endure and convert. Building that kind of influence requires a shift in mindset. A strong advocacy engine isn't built by broadcasting louder messages. It's built by cultivating an ecosystem. Think of it like an iceberg. Celebrity endorsements might be the visible tip, flashy and attention-grabbing, but it's the vast unseen base of micro advocates underneath that sustains momentum over time. They're the ones keeping conversations alive long after the headlines fade. This philosophy aligns with insights from Jeffrey Colon of Creative Studies, who once said that a good narrative is driven by other users out there. They don't have to be paid. They become so passionate about it that they carry the story forward on their own. The key is empowerment. Let your advocates help shape the narrative. Influence works best when it's shared, not transactional. Now imagine a brand partnering with a niche creator, not a celebrity, but someone deeply respected within a specific community. Maybe it's a sustainability advocate, a fitness coach, or a tech enthusiast. What they lack in name recognition, they make up for in credibility. Their authentic use and endorsement of a product sparks engagement that feels real, not manufactured. Trust grows through shared values, not scripted messaging. This kind of advocacy often evolves organically, just like a good story. As Kristen Ohm of Savencia Cheese shared on StrategyCast, when you start uncovering small insights and sharing them with others, the story begins to take shape collectively. You don't feel like you have to solve it on your own. When you invite advocates into the storytelling process, you don't just amplify your message. You create something co-owned, co-authored, and far more powerful. Smart amplification, when done right, becomes unstoppable. And here's the part many marketers overlook. It doesn't take a celebrity shout out to build influence that converts. What it takes is intentional strategy. Zachary recommends starting simple. Find one account that feels like the right partner, not someone with 1 million followers, but someone with a few thousand who truly understands your brand. From there, let the ripple effect unfold. Start with one story, then watch it move through your advocate ecosystem. Of course, nothing is free, whether it's product, time, or attention, but when it works, your advocates help you scale in ways paid campaigns simply can't. So as you think about your influence strategy, here are a few questions worth sitting with. Who in your customer base is already acting as a micro-influencer, and are you empowering them? Is your influencer strategy balanced between reach and authenticity? Are your partnerships truly symbiotic, or are advocates being treated like just another channel? How are you measuring success, engagement, and sentiment, or surface level reach? And what would happen if you started small but scaled with intention? To go deeper on this topic, I encourage you to explore Zachary Bergeson's full StrategyCast episode, number 537, where he shares his perspective on micro advocacy and influence done right. As we wrap up, I'll bring this back to the moment we're in right now. The week of Christmas is a quieter one for many of us. It's reflective, it's human, and it's a reminder that the strongest connections aren't built through noise, but through trust, consistency, and shared belief. That same mindset applies to how brands grow influence that lasts. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to StrategyCast on our YouTube channel or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn or reach out directly at lori@strategycast.com. Until next time, keep leading boldly, keep learning relentlessly, and keep building the kind of influence that truly matters.
That's a wrap. Thanks for joining us on today's show. We hope your strategic brains are spinning with new ideas and bold inspiration that will elevate your strategies and marketing know-how.